Hello everybody and welcome back to another Boardstate video. It's Keith here, otherwise known as the Gnome. Today I'm going to be playing a board game. I'm going to give my hand at Wingspan. Normally I just play, Magic the Gathering and stream Destiny or Deep Rock Galactic or any other video game. But today I was in the mood to play some board games. And since I haven't partaken in a board game article or a video in like 7 years, and board games as video games is getting much better now. So when you're a solo player and you don't want to bust out the game, or you just don't want to bust out the game, you just want the convenience of playing like in bed or anywhere on the go, these games are just getting so much better now, and I'm glad that they're still making them instead of giving up. I think my first board game video game was Agricola, and I still play that one. That one's really good. I might take my hand at that one after doing this. Right now I'm in the settings screen. Here you can change when you play a bird. The narrator will tell you what the bird is and give it a little fun fact. You can change it for every bird played or only a new bird played. So I'm gonna pop it on only a new bird played. Helps you get through whether or not you played, like all of the game. If you don't hear any noise from her, you'd be like, oh, maybe it's time to get an expansion or something. So, and then speaking of expansion, let me bust this out here. The game currently has 3 paper expansions. The European expansion and the Oceania expansion, and then they're coming out with the Asia expansion as well. Currently there's only one available here on Steam, and then also Switch and phone and wherever this game's available on everything, PlayStation, Xbox and such. So but you can get little seasonal backgrounds, change the scenario where you're playing, and then pick up a lovely soundtrack. But that's it. I'm still waiting for the other expansions to come out. So let's jump into play. I believe Automata is where you can play. I don't know what Automata is. It's usually the solo player game. That's the signifier when you see that on the box, that's coming with a solo player game. And here is the marker for human. Here's the marker for AI. I want this to be AI. I want to take the puffin. I'm into puffins right now. Let's make a normal, and then let's make another normal. Was that alpha? Beta, okay. Alpha, super hard. Here you can pick your expansions. You can change the goals, and you can change, what is this? Stop it. Thank you. Click toggle between random order and custom order. Okay. Let's fire it up. Wingspan, I think, is a good medium weight card game that is an engine building game. And so you're going to be using cards to just get this engine of yours going, which is your preserve. And the whole basis of the game is like you're an ornithologist or just a bird enthusiast, and you're trying to attract birds to this your preserve, your section of the board. And you have 3 sections of the board. Right now this is the beginning of the game, and you're going to pick any number of birds you want to keep, but each bird's going to cost you some food. And then down here you get 1 of each food. So if you took no birds, you get to keep all the food. If you took 2, you got to keep you got to get rid of 2 food, but keep three other food. So something like that. And up here is the region in which the bird will be able to live in. So this is the water, and they can only be in the water. Here it can be in water or plains, and then this one can partake in any of the 3 sections of the board, and this one is just 2. The water one is all about drawing cards, and there's going to be 3 face-up cards, or there's going to be a pile of unknown, and you can either draw 1 from the pile of unknown or 1 face-up card, or depending on however many cards it tells you to draw, you do that many. The middle action when we get there is going to be dependent on eggs, and that's how you lay eggs on your cards. That's what these symbols down here means. It means your bird can hold X amount of eggs, so 2, 3, 4. And then the top section, the 4 section, that is where you can get more food. And the more birds you have in each section, the more you can do. And a lot of cards, a lot of birds have when activated. So if you say take an action in one specific place, like here, I'm going to get more bird cards, and then it'll trigger each one in your preserve. And it says draw 1 card. If you do, discard 1 from your hand at the end of turn. So you'll take the normal action of drawing 1 or X amount, however many you can, and then this will activate and you draw an additional one, and at the end of your turn you'll discard down. And then a lot of these have ones between turns, ones have when played, so when those come up we'll get on those. And at the beginning of the game you also pick 2 victory cards, which are personal to you, and it's another thing to work towards at the end of the game. So this one is like collect a lot of birds that eat rats. So we'll look over here. I have no birds that, I have 1 bird that eats a rat. So this is how you can tell if a bird eats a rat. It doesn't have to be a plus, and it doesn't have to be a either or. It can just be have the rat symbol on there, and you are good to go. So there's only 14% of cards that have the rat symbol on it. So you know, I'm actually a little light on both of these. This one's only 11%. So it's nice that it gives you these percentages to whether or not this win condition, personal win condition, is which one would be more worth it. And this one is birds named after people. And let's see if I have any named after people. Barn, Eastern, Horned, Loggerhead, Forsters. So I have one bird that is named and 1 bird that eats rats. But since there's a higher percentage of this one, I'm going to take this one. So that is the one I'm picking. Do I have to go back and... Okay, good. It stays picked. Usually the order is to like do this. So I'm definitely going to take the Loggerhead Shrike because, well, that's my win con. Well, personal win con. And then up here you have, everyone has these 4 round bonus cards that are kind of like an incentive for each round in trying to get your engine going. What are you going? What is the goal you're working for? So at the end of the game, I have a personal goal of collecting rats, and then everybody has the same goals up here in the corner. That you can all, if you were playing paper, there's a bunch that you choose from randomly, shuffle them out, and then pick 4. So this one is eggs in the forest region. So if I get a bunch of birds out there and start laying eggs, and it's per egg, so this one only holds 2. That would be 2 towards the goal. This one is this bird with that type of nest with eggs on it. So I currently don't have any of that specific picture, but I do have stars, and stars are wild cards. They count towards anything. So if it was this basket type nest, that would be okay. If it was this just splay of eggs type nest, that'd be okay. Or this next symbol, which is the hole, the classic hole in the tree with eggs. Or this one is like have this type of basket, this type of nest with eggs in it, and they can be anywhere. This one is region specific, and this one is bird specific, and this one is nest specific. So let's start going. I think I want to take the stars as well because they kind of work towards all these goals. And then also I've got one for the end goal. Currently I have 0. I like keeping this one, but I would only get to keep 1 food. So a lot of my turns would be dedicating to pulling food. Would that be okay? When another player plays a bird in this region, gain 1 from the supply. That'd be a good way to get food, so maybe I'll do that, and I'll keep the worm. And sorry there, horned lark, gotta let you go. And then here's another thing on a card that's worth points at the end of the game. So this is worth 4 points at the end of the game. A lot of cards have between 1 and say like 9 or 0. Actually, some cards are worth 0. They do some fun stuff, so they're worth it. And then I'm going to keep this food right there. So that check mark denotes which food I'm taking. I'm taking that one. And you can click on more, but it's not going to let me see how it took away this little symbol right here to move forward. That's because I'm breaking the rule of I have too many birds selected and too much food. So there we go. This is going to be my starting hand right here and my starting food. And I already picked my starting personal victory. You can get bonus cards throughout the game if you happen to draw a bird that says, hey, pick up some more bonus cards. I think this is a good game for entries into like resource gathering, because you're with this food action and card drawing, you're kind of gathering resources, so it kind of gets your brain into that style of game, like Agricola or On Mars, to name a newer one. And this game is beautiful. It's well done by Stonemaier, and I would suggest picking it up. And it's pretty cheap. I think you can find it on multiple websites from like 30, 35, all the way up to like 60, especially at Target. Don't shop at Target. It's $60 unless it's on sale. Okay, so what do we want to do? We want to get this down right away, so if another player starts playing birds in this region, we can get food. I know we're only going to get a worm, but a worm does trigger 1, 2, 3 things. So then I only need to collect a rat specifically to play this card. It's 2 food. You have to have both of those to play it. This one you only have to have either or. So currently I have 1 worm. If I didn't, I would have to have some berries. So I'm going to go ahead and play this card. And then that's all I have. So, and then right here you can change. So if you play a bird and you don't have a certain amount of food, you can turn at least one of those food into one other food by giving up more. Or if there's a symbol that is a pinwheel, you can pick any food. So this is it. I'm going to click here and go.
Eastern kingbird. The kingbird displays its orange crown while defending its
shit.
territory.
I got an achievement. Early bird gets the worm. So players, and you can click on the players and see what they're doing, what their habitats look like, and go through each one. Looks like the green player played a bird here. All players draw 1 card from the deck. Did I do it? Is that when activated or when played? Oops, there we go. All player when activated. Okay, so not when played. So I'm going to go through the habitats for you. Where did my cards go? There we go. All right. Gain 1 from the supply. Hell yeah! Yes. So somebody played a bird. Sweet. And then somebody also, they activated theirs. So I get so tuck a card from your hand behind this bird. If you do, gain 1 wheat from the supply. Man, I might want to play this bird in the food habitat to start getting more. I'll show you how those work right now. Okay. So, actually, I need to get eggs. Okay, so 1 bird in each one is for free. You just play it. There is no cost other than paying what the bird eats. After that, you'll see an egg symbol over each entry all the way up to 5 birds in each one, and then it'll be 1 egg plus what the bird eats, 1 egg, 2 eggs, 2 eggs plus what the bird eats. So they get a little bit more restrictive, and you need more than 1 resource. But the benefit is once this is actually covered up, when you go to this action and say take food, you'll get 2 food instead of 1, which is fantastic, because then you can start playing more birds, and because birds are, they're restrictive in how they get out, and you need that food, and all the way up to 3. And then if you cover this last one up, you'll get this thing right here, which is 3, and or take a card, discard it, and turn it into a food. So you get this symbol back, or this symbol back. So when you cover this up, you don't get the old symbol, you only get the new symbol. So then when you cover this up, you get it. So you'll see how that goes. This one is laying eggs. So you can put a bird here for free. And then after that, it's going to cost an egg plus whatever the bird costs. But you can see that you're going to be getting more eggs per action you cover up. And then the symbol this is the symbol I was talking about, the pinwheel, where you can turn 1 food into 1 egg as an additional thing to do. So essentially you can get 3 eggs here. You play a bird, get 2, turn a food into an egg. And here is the card drawing part of this engine that you're building. Come here to get 1 card, and you can see the symbols. you're going to draw 2, or you're going to draw 3, or you're going to be able to turn an egg into a card as well. And of course, costs more eggs per row you cover up, and with the food cost per bird. So these two are highlighted here. That means you currently hold the resource to play them, meaning no eggs, it's free, and the food. So this is fish or worm, and this one is just fish, or sorry, just worm. But I do want to get, yes, I want to get this bad boy down. So when I start grabbing more food, I can tuck some birds and get more supplies. But I currently don't need any wheat other than this one, but it is nice to have just more options of stuff coming in. So let me check out my birds. Tuck a card I don't want, so it's kind of like a draw and discard. So tuck a bird that you don't want, get something better possibly. Draw one card. If you do, discard. So a little bit more resources. All right, let's go ahead and play a bird worth 4, but then also draws
Forster's
cards.
turn. These birds nest
Draws
on
more
the ground,
cards.
on a raft of floating vegetation,
Ooh, somebody took
or
all
on
3?
muskrat lodges.
Get out of here. You did, didn't you? Okay, it's my turn. Yep, they played a card there, probably drew all 3, they gained food. Now it's back to us. Oh, and we're working on the main goal of putting birds into that section, so we might want to start grabbing some food. And then maybe drawing this card actually is what I want to do, because it counts towards the end goal of the basket. Not worth a lot, but it helps draw more worms, get more worms every time I grab food. So if you go to the food right now, there is only these 2, so begrudgingly you come here, you take something that you could possibly use. I would take the wheat because we have something for wheat, and then this bird, it goes through all your activations of birds you have in that space, and this one says get one of these from the supply, so it doesn't have to be in the current dice tray of food available. So maybe we want to do that. Get this bird. Now this card will activate, and it says, do you want to draw one? And your turn, you only have those 3 options available, those face-up cards. So we took 1, and it doesn't get replaced right away. It only gets replaced at the end of your turn. So you have these 2 left to pick from, and then you can take from the unknown, the face-down pile. So what do we got here? We got the gray catbird or the ring-billed gull. This is tuck, so when you tuck cards underneath things or tuck food underneath other birds, you get victory points at the end of the game for however many things are tucked. Repeat a brown power on one other bird in this habitat. So you're looking at the current brown power right now, so when activated. And then I have, this one is not a brown power, this is a pink power, and then there's other colors as well, so these are brown powers. That is very cost prohibitive for this bird. It is 5, but, and I don't want this one because it doesn't have anything to do with the end goals or even the personal end goal of rat. Well, actually, no, maybe I think it has to have the rat symbol. It can't have the pinwheel. So I'm going to take an unknown. Ooh, this is kind of just like the first bird we played, but you're going to get fish. That's great. And I did play a fish already, or one in the water zone, so I do need to start making some eggs. That was a good pull. So then to end that ability I drew, now I need a discard. It is the end of my turn. We wanted this for food. We wanted that for a personal... Let's get rid of the barn swallow. I know I don't have enough. Oh, okay. Click for now, discard. Okay. And discard. Click and drag. Done. And the bird that I took was replaced. And we need to take some food now. And here is the number of turns left in this current round. I think it was like 7 we started off with, maybe 8. And there's 4 rounds, and each round has X turns. Oh, here we go. That shows you how many turns are in each round. And they get shorter and shorter, but not by too much, by 1. The game goes by pretty fast. So another player took some supplies, so we get a free worm. So it's working out, baby. And what do we want? We want eggs. And we want food. We want fish. Because I want to get this down and then get some eggs. I want to take the fish while it's here. And then if I get 2 eggs, that means I can play a bird here, use an egg, and then play a bird there, use an egg. So I'm gonna get some food. I'm gonna take this fish so I can play the belted kingfisher. I wanted to make sure, I just wanted to think about it, because if I play the belted kingfisher, it only draws me fish, but hopefully, ooh, hey, how about that? Getting more, so we could get more stuff going here. We can't play this currently because we need eggs, so let's go ahead and make some eggs. Now we need to click on birds to lay the eggs, so we'll go here, 1 egg there, and then it actually doesn't, but I'll show you, you can just go and click on another bird. This one is eggs in the forested area, so I'm going to keep 1 on that bird and then take the 1 off of this bird. And then I think the next plays we're going to make are making birds in the forested area. Ooh, we only have 3 turns. Holy smokes. So maybe we're going to skip out on the belted kingfisher and play the dark-eyed Jenko. Dark-eyed Jenko. Where'd the dark-eyed Jenko go? There we go. Dark-eyed Junko. Not Jenko jeans. Okay, so here is an example of not having enough food in the correct what I need. I don't have any wheat or grain, whatever it may be, so I can use some food. I do want this bad boy played, because it's going to be cheaper to play this, because I end up getting a worm for free if somebody gets food, so then I can play the blue gnatcatcher. So let's put this bad boy out. So here we go. Using all the food, I'm using 1 here, and then these 2 to replace this one. So yes, that's all I got actually. So done. And now we need to take an egg from a habitat to pay the other cost. So we'll take that one, scratches it off.
Dark-eyed Junko.
Good to go.
Junko's summer in
Hey,
the cool
some
woods,
rats.
but we'll use more open habitats in the winter.
Okay, we've got 2 more turns. So the most we can get, let's say 4 eggs if I play this bird now. Oh no, if I do, I can get 4 more eggs and fill these up. So let's go ahead and look at where everyone currently is. So 0 eggs, but up to 3. Up to 2 currently. And up to 3. So we're in the lead-ish, kind of. And I think you can click on this. Yeah, and it tells you where you are. So at the end of the round, they're going to count up how many eggs are in the forested area. And the winner gets 4, second place gets 1. Anybody in third gets 0. And if you're tied, I think it gets rid of, say, like second place, and you would only split like the first place. So if we both tie, we'd only get 4, 2 apiece. I don't think we would split 5. I don't think they do half points here. So it gets rid of that. No one would get second. We shall see, though, right? So we have 4 spots left. Let's lay some eggs. So click on the bird that we want. So boom, and done. And then next turn, we'll lay 2 more eggs. Sorry if that was loud. And we'll have 4 total, or we'll have 5 total. And I think that's enough, because no one would have enough be able to play a bird and make like 3-4 eggs a turn. So I think we put ourselves in a good spot. All players, somebody played and activated that card. Let's draw. Gain 1 from the bird feeder if available. So that one is specific from the bird feeder. The other one says gain from the supply. So that's how you make the difference on that. And you may cache it on that card. So you can take it, I think gain it, and if you don't want to put it specifically under this card, or if you don't need it, you can do something with it. So what I said is caching things on cards, either tucking cards or caching food on birds, is points towards the end of the game. So this was a great draw. And it has a symbol that we were looking for later, because we didn't have any of those. Okay, and this is the last turn. So let's go ahead and lay some eggs. Go back here, click that, and come up here and click, and we're done. So that actually gave us 5 total eggs, and we don't need to worry about these nests in the future, and only one of them until the end. Ooh, someone only had 1 egg. I could have chipped on my turns, so could have done something else there. I did go last. But we got it. Those eggs are going to set us up for the future of taking eggs from those birds and putting out more birds. I can't remember if I'm playing against 2 normal people or 1 normal person and 2 easy. But I don't care. I just want some AI, some action. Oh man, what are we doing with our hands now? So when activated, that is the personal goal at the end. There we go. Gain it from the supply when activated. When another player gets some fish. Okay. We don't have any of those birds with that kind of nest, but we do have the kingfisher. Got a star, counts towards that. So what do we have here? So we have 1. We have 1, and plus the kingfisher would get us there as well. So should we get some food? We get 2 food. And then we get all these, well, we get this one, we get this activation. I do need a fish and anything else for this, so that's great. Perfect time. Take 1, take 2. I think it can re-roll. So you can do it when there is usually 1 left, because it fits the rule of can be done when the bird feeders show the same symbol. So we can re-roll and see what we get. I kind of like... No, because then somebody gets their fresh re-roll. So I'm going to do that, because I don't need specifically anything. I'm going to take the wheat, because if somebody takes food, then I can also get a free worm. And that'll be my 1 whatever towards... Yeah, let's do that. Apologies for taking a second on that. When activated, tuck a card from your hand behind this to gain that from the supply. You know what? I didn't think too far ahead on that one, but I think I'm going to skip this and not tuck currently, because I want to play everything in my hand. Do I want to play everything in my hand? Yes, I do want to play everything in my hand, because they count towards everything at the end of the game and all these personal goals. 6 turns left. Let's go. No one took food. That was upsetting. So we could play the... We could get this going. What birds are available to draw, by the way? Man, nothing with this symbol. Does anybody have it? Okay, so it looks like I'll be coming in last, because I don't have enough turns to randomly draw that type of bird. Oh no, I have. Oh, that's the last one. Yeah, I guess the star ones don't specifically count towards that. So that's a bummer. I thought they did. I can get this out, start getting more food. I do need more worms, so because worms power everything. So I may come back up here, put this here, so we'll get worms. And that one is... Actually, no. How do you take it back? Oh, here we go. Undo. I'll play this bad boy because I want to start generating points. That is fine. Oh, and I need to pay the egg cost. Do I have any down here? Nope. All right, so take one from here.
Red-Bellied Woodpecker. These birds' tongues reach out 2 inches for insects, but seeds are half their diet.
Okay. 5 turns left. People took some cards. Did I get any food? Let's draw a card. Oh, hey, sweet. Finally. But it looks like now I need a fish. I got a fish. It needs something else. So we're going to have to get some food. And then we can play that bad boy. And finally get one. If you take one with 2 symbols on it, you get to choose. So I'm just going to take the wheat. And then I'm going to take the wheat again, because then it doesn't leave 2 symbols of the same kind in the bird feeder an advantage for somebody else. And I already have a fish, even though getting another fish would give me the ability to have 1 food for the kingfisher. So I'm going to do that. That's more logical. And we're going to activate, so we get to tuck a card soon, and gain 1 from the bird feeder. Do I want to take it or tuck it? So right now, if I don't take it, I'll be able to play both fish. So I'm going to take it, not cache it. And do I want to tuck? I said I wanted to keep everything, so I'm not tucking currently. Kind of like losing out on points. Am I losing, like really losing out on points? That can help me. That can, like, this costs a worm, that costs a worm. I feel like I'm gonna keep that. That'd be my next 3 turns, though, is playing like those 3 birds. Boom, boom, boom. So we're not gonna tuck. Skip. The only bird I may not play is the one with the rat on it, but I think we'll get there. Hey, there we go. We finally gained 1. Yes. Okay, so we're going to play a bird. Let's play the one. We have 4 turns left on this one. Discard a fish, tuck 2 to tuck 2 cards from the deck behind this card. Holy smokes. Okay, so let's play this. So if we get food, we're good. Let's change this to not the worm. We're keeping this. Done. So fish and this. Done. Click on an egg. So now if somebody gets food, we're getting a worm and we're getting a fish. Laid eggs, gain food, laid eggs. So I don't know if I already did it. It's once between turns, so possibly. And are we jumping straight into laying this bad boy? Yes, I think we will. Let's get out here because we need this. Nope, that's good. No, actually, we can change that to wheat. Change. Fish, wheat. Dunskies. So now we have the food for either one of these. And let's click on a bird to take some eggs. Man, I already played a double-crested cormorant. Cormorant. 2 left, so we need to get eggs on this for it to count. Because it's just not birds of this. You need to, it says right here, count the total number of birds with this specific nest type that have at least 1 egg. Each bird counts just once, regardless of how many eggs it has. Star nests count towards its goal. Oh. Well, I'll be a sumbitch. So I think we'll use the last 2 turns here to do eggs. So we'll go 1, 2. And then next turn, we'll get some stars as well. I think we got 1 star there. And that's it. Let's click on this goal. Oh, baby. In the lead for that one. So I'm going to see what everyone else's turn could possibly be. I might have that in the bag already and don't have to do anything because there's 1 turn left. Maxed out here. Can't do anything. That's great. Could get 1 more for a total of 1. And no stars, right? All right. So that feels good. That would be 4. Oh no, it's 1. That's right. It's just 1 bird. So I think we're fine. No one can get anything. So maybe we're allowed to play a bird. Kind of want to get birds in this area going, but we don't have the specific food. Are there rats to get? There are rats to get. I'm going to roll the dice. Because that would only garner 1 extra, and I think we're okay. I don't think players have enough, so we'll go ahead and get some food. We'll get a rat, and I think we'll go here and get this one, and take a worm. Actually, let's go down here and look at the birds. Get out of my way. Let's take a wheat, and we're done. So now let's activate. There was none in there. I wonder if I left that, if it would have counted. Let's see. Let's see how this game works. Let's take a rat and a cherry. Then move. It does count, so we'll take that. So, sorry guys, I'm taking my turn back. Do you mind? I'm trying to min-max. I'm actually going to take it because I want to start feeding some things, and I want to play these 2 cards. So once we start getting the engine going, then I'll be able to tuck. Yes, and that means we'll get a fish as well. There we go. Played that one correctly, so I think in the first round could have looked at that and seen that didn't have to like take and make eggs specifically. That 1 extra turn, I think we could have maybe played a bird or got some food. So, all right, birds with that type of nest with an egg. And stars do count. So we've got 1 here. And we've got 2 here already. So that's good to see. And then if you click on it, and I should have, everyone's got 1. And that's that 1 with the star that I have. And that is good. I have extra worms. I'm always getting worms. I already played a loggerhead shrike. All right, so now we have a goal for the end one as well as the personal. So the last round, this bird counts towards the last round and our personal. So that's good. Okay, where's the fish? Don't I get a fish? Oh, plays a bird in this region. Oh, damn it. I thought it was when they... Oh, it is. This is when another player birds here. Man. Nobody's playing waterfowl? Okay, so we can start getting some birds here. We need this. That'd be nice. And we currently have the food to pay for it. And then this one, it counts towards the end goal. So draw 2. If we get any fish some point, we're going to be able to draw and discard. So I don't have any fish to discard for this, so that's disappointing. Is there any food to get? There's 5 turns. There is 1 fish, so that would, if that move would give me the fish, but it would also possibility leave those birds there to grab, but it would give me a fish to discard and get 2 points. So do I want to roll the dice on that? Because I do want these 2 birds. I'm going to roll the dice. Let's see what happens. And then getting a rat as well. So yeah, let's do that. Hopefully nobody sees my moves. Let's go ahead and do this. Take this and this. And we don't need it, so let's cache it. We finally cached. And it looks like I don't need this anymore, so I'm going to tuck. Because I've got a lot of birds with that symbol. And take 1 from the supply. Whenever you tuck a bird down here, so. Okay, let's see if anybody took those birds. Ooh, somebody took... Did somebody take the 1? Oh, nope, nobody took them. Awesome. Alright, gaining 1 from the supply. Somebody took rats. I think that may have been me. I don't know if it's any player or another player. So we've got an engine going for sure. Let's draw some cards. Let's take this one because it counts towards the current goal, and let's take this one, it counts towards the personal goal, and could turn an egg into a card. Do we want to do that? Let's do it. Let's drop this egg here. It's not needed. And don't need any of those. I'll take a random one. Oh, 7 points for that bad boy. All players draw 1 from the deck when activated. Discard a fish. Do I have a fish? What do I need? Don't need any fish. I will tuck a fish. No, that was the whole point. If you do, discard 1 card from your hand at the end of your turn. Oh, what am I drawing? Oh, the activation. Okay. Let's take a random. Ooh, baby. I'm saying ooh, baby because it counts towards this round's end goal. And I can discard this. I know it's worth 7, but I do have the food for it, so I don't know why I'm complaining. I think 7 might be worth more than just having another bird towards this goal. But, or this duck, if this bird is to the right, I can get rid of this one because it's only 4. The duck is 7. And the Carolina, if I was going to do this, I would discard the Carolina Wren. Why am I keeping this? I want to play this bad boy because I want to hunt. So yeah, let's get rid of this one. Based on cost and points versus what I currently have in my hand that can do the same thing. So 3 turns left. What can I do? I'm going to get down the Carolina Wren, and the next 2 turns is playing eggs. How many eggs am I making per turn? I'm only making 2. So, who is currently in the lead with this? We all have 1. So let's find out. So that would give me 4 eggs, and I can put on 1, 2, 3. And I'll have 1 extra egg, and I'll put it on this this end goal right here. So let's do that. Oh, gain a rat from the supply. Yes. All right, now it's my turn. All right, let's do this. 1 play, draw 2 cards, so that's good as well. Berry is not fine. Change to a worm because I get a lot of worms. And we're good. Click on a bird to take 2. Oh boy, do I have 2 eggs without shit in the bed here? I do. I think next round we should start getting birds in the eggs and just start laying eggs, because I think we've got something good going here. We've got one bird to go in that area now. This one would be like, if we can do it, it's worth 7 points. So
Carolina wren. A single male
Drawing two.
Carolina wren can sing nearly 3,000 times in a single day.
interesting. Okay. Can't play this round. It's 2 food, 5. These do have the same ability, so I think I'm going to take this one because it's easier to get out. It only costs 1 food versus 2. And I'm going to draw a random. Cool. And that was the turn. Okay, so we got 2 more turns. When it comes back to us, let's see what we have. I laid eggs. All right, another bird finally played in the water section. Got a fish. Things are coming up. Millhouse. Still, everybody's on 1. So let's go ahead and lay some eggs this round. Actually, let's go ahead and look at people. That's me. Ah, man, you got eggs galore, son. Okay, so 1. 2 turns left. They could play, could lay. So 1. They could have 2. And what do you got? 1, 2. Could have 2. All right, but everybody could lay and play. But let's say the top is 2. So let's go ahead and go back to us and lay some eggs. And then after this action, or I could play a birdie now and get 3, but that would take away the 1. Yeah, let's go ahead and just grab some eggs now. Oh, no, wait. Sorry, we're getting eggs. Click on birds to lay eggs. You got it. All right, so we need this symbol. We're done. Ooh, yes, let's discard food to get some eggs. We don't need fish. So now we got 3 eggs. That's great. So let's go to this star. So now we have 4, I think. That just catapulted us. Yes. I think we can take our last turn and then work towards us. I think getting another bird down. Man, baby, we got the engine going. Yep, no one's going to come close to us, so now we can take the time to play some cards that are worth points. Like hunting. So I want to put this one down because every time it's activated, we're going to look at the top deck, and if it's a smaller bird, this bird of prey is going to tuck it. It's going to kill it and put it behind here. And in the coming turns, I think we're going to start laying eggs, and because each egg is worth points at the end of the game, each individual egg, but then also you have your goals. And this is a rat bird, so let's get the rat down. Charge it to the bank. Now we need an egg. Oh shit, do we have an egg? Alright. I think we'll take an egg from the stars, or not the star, from the actual this fish.
Northern Harrier.
I think that gives us 3.
Northern
We're
Harriers
still in the
fly
lead.
low over marshes and grasslands seeking prey.
Gaining food, baby. All right. So the next one is eggs in that type of nest. Probably start tucking these. So we've got these birds right here. We do want that type of nest. We only have 5 turns. And what kind of egg action? We have to play at least 2 in this section to get that, or actually just 1 more to get that extra egg, so 4. We can get this one down. It costs another cherry. We have enough superfluous food. Tucking cards from your hand behind this, if you do gain, when activated, lay eggs. I think this one would be a wiser one to get. So let's draw some cards, get that bird, and then let's start putting down some eggs. Ooh, and a barn owl. Yeah. And I want to keep the egg. Don't need the extra card. Do I have a fish to tuck? I don't have a fish to tuck. That's too bad. Draw a card. Activate it on this one. Do I want that one? Let's take a random one. When activated, lay on that. That costs a lot of wheat. Discard cards. Let's get rid of this one. So we're tucking. We're getting some... Oh, no, that was the discard at the end of the turn. So 4 turns left. I do want to play 1 more bird at least. Minimum 1 more bird. I think I'll play this one first so I can start getting some eggs. I do need 2 rats. Are we ever going to get this rat down? I think I need 1 rat minimum. And then I can use the other food towards... Oh, I can play this one. So it's going to let me use other food. Interesting. Do I do it? This does count towards the personal goal. It doesn't count towards this turn's... Stop bouncing. It doesn't count towards this turn's end goal. And this would actually... Playing this would give me a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eggs. Specifically on this bird. So I think I'm going to do that and see what the turn does at the end. The worm is fine. We're getting a lot of worms. Click a bird from a habitat. Or click an egg from a habitat, not the star. We'll take it from this one.
Chipping sparrow. These sparrows generally feed on open ground, but near trees.
Okay. All right, baby, let's lay some eggs. 1, 2. And we got the stars already. We got one up here. 3. And then let's do this. The worm. So now we have an extra egg. What do we got here? It doesn't matter. So we'll just toss it out there. Oh, we're currently doing the activated one, so look at the top card from the deck. Okay, this is the bird of prey. Snagged it. Killed it. Sorry, Warbler. Oh, and we activated that. Lay 1 egg on any bird, and that was that last egg that I was slightly confused about. Let's see where we are right now. Oh, we're at 5. We don't have enough, so if we play this bird... we're going to lose 2 eggs, but we're going to gain. What are we going to gain? Oh, man. I need another nest bird. So that would be draw, that would be play. I don't have enough. So it looks like second is going to be the highest amount we can get because we have these already covered with eggs. That already covered with eggs. And this one covered with eggs. So I think I'm going to do this and get this down for more points at the end of the game, plus a personal points of the... Look at all that. Let's use all the food. Let's see if I have 2 eggs to give. Do I have 2 eggs? Do I have 2 eggs to give? I have 1. Oh yes, 2. This one doesn't count towards the end goal. Perfect.
Barn owl. Barn owls use their excellent hearing to catch prey in the dark and will cache surplus for later.
All right, and That was worth 5, maybe 6, so maybe this one would have been better. Actually, it's 2 per bird, so maybe that was better. We'll see. Let's gain some eggs. Regardless, eggs are just good. Let's give every bird an egg so they feel loved. Like they did something. No rats. Click to bird to lay an egg on. And look at this. Come on, baby. Oh, that's a big ass bird. Didn't get it. And that's the game. 8. Nice. All right, let's see. It's counting up the points. First, it's going to show you the amount on the feather amount on each card that you played, the bonus cards, the end roll. This is the end of goals amount. This is how many eggs you have. 1 point for each food on card. Tucked cards, and we've got a win. Just eked it out there. 5. So that is Wingspan. I do hope you enjoyed it. I hope the video wasn't too long. I'll be back to play a little bit more. But just to recap, this is a card-driven engine-building game. And as you saw how things were starting to click, I was getting free food, I was activating the eggs, getting the eggs on birds, and then also doing hunting with those birds of prey, and then just numerous other things were just coming along. And you can see you don't have to like super min-max your turns. I don't think the game would provide a lot of chance for people with analysis paralysis to kind of get stuck. You saw that. I think the game's actually a little bit easier when you see everyone's cards laid out versus you have to click on these players here in the electronic form. But you know, that's the thing you gotta put up with if you don't want to or can't play with other people. You can't see everything all at once. You have to click through. But I think this is a fantastic game. And like I said, the production of this from Stonemaier, everything they put out is beautiful. The box, it feels great. The manual, the eggs, the bits, and you can do tons of deluxe stuff with this. There's 3 expansions. The latest expansion coming out, the Asia expansion, out of like 2,300 birds. They could only choose X amount of birds to go into the game. But in that expansion, you get that plus... if you choose to buy the big box version, you get the big box plus that expansion, the Asia expansion, and the big box holds everything, the base game plus all the expansions. So that'll be a good bang for your buck. This turned out to be a fantastic game by Elizabeth, and who's done multiple other games, and she's got one coming out on Kickstarter. I think it may have been off Kickstarter now. It might be on like another pledge manager, but it's what is it? The Fox Experiment. She did Mariposas and a few other games, and they all are fantastic. She's a great designer, so check her out. Last name is Hargrave, but also just check out Wingspan. It's a good game, and thank you for joining me. I'll see ya.